So what kind of roadmap we have for our employees today? You're talking about these millennials. Who are these millennials? People born about 2000. About 7 years back, I attended a workshop by a professor from the American university called Toledo University. About 67-year-old guy. He came and he talked about how do you manage Generation Y, Generation Z. And he was asking in the audience, how many of you have got this teenage daughters and things of that sort? Few hands went up and they asked him, what do you find different in all these guys? So and the people started telling, we find this thing, we find that thing. The professor again started telling, do you notice something different from them? Like what? That they will be watching the television, they'll be writing the homework, they'll be texting the message, all they'll be doing simultaneously. Yes or no? Hello? Yeah? So they don't have time at all, right? And the way these guys talk about today, it's totally different. And if you're a millennial and if you don't talk about startup today, that means there's something seriously wrong with you. Yes or no? Everybody's so ambitious, they want to make a lot of money, but the unfortunate thing is they don't want to work that hard. So how do you fit in these guys coming and pretty much these would be our employees in our company. Yes or no? So how do you really manage the challenges of these employees? The millennials. That's another question. Now, the challenge for our organizations like SME, thank you very much for all these YouTube videos. If you go to any YouTube video to figure out how to attend an interview, you have n number of videos, n number of tips, and if you really go and face a candidate in front of you, and I'm sure all of us will ask this one single beautiful question, how do you see yourself 5 years down the line? And what will be the answer immediately? Sir, I want to sit in your chair, sir. Oh my God, I've been looking for the guy like him. What a great guy. So that's it. But after 2 months of paying salary, you realize, oh my God, I made a mistake. Yes or no? So what do you need to do? You definitely need to really figure out in terms of whether this particular guy's behavior will fit into the profile that you're looking at. Is there any psychometric fit? You can do all kind of psychometric assessments and things of that sort. We've done this about 10 years back. We realized, in interviews, they are brilliant. But beyond that, it's very difficult. So this is one challenge that I probably like to talk to you about. There are certain kind of DNA in every single organization. What kind of mechanism worked in your company? What kind of people will fit into your company? What kind of background that you're looking at? What kind of family background you're looking at? What kind of bringing up you're looking at? All these things you need to look at it. There's a tool called top grading. It tells that, it starts from what kind of schooling this guy had, what kind of parenting this guy go through, and it goes on to about hours together. You can just go through this book called Top Grading, and it'll tell you how to pick your A players. And what are the things that you need to do to really pick your A players. So be very clear about what kind of talent that you need to identify in order to bring it to the next thing. The second thing that we're talking about is a coaching, the kind of tools that you're trying to have in your organization. What kind of step-by-step guide that you need to prepare? What kind of a documentation that you can have? I'm not going to talk to you about just 59 seconds. You make minutes of videos of you talking about how to coach your employees, so that you don't have to do it again and again and again. All you need to do is play the video, and then these guys will get coached on some of the things that they need to be done. The next thing is retention. A few years back in E-Road, there's a brand called Milka. I was actually talking to this MD of that particular company. He was talking about, running a business is, in today's scenario, handling the internal and external customers is something like, this poultry industry. The chicken farming. In poultry industry, every single day, morning, they go out and see what happened to those small chicks. Is there any problem with that particular thing? How the temperature is correct? Is there any problem happen? You have one small virus and that's about it. So that kind of a scenario is what we are going through today, because retention is very, very difficult. Now, I was wondering, is it only for me, a person like me, who cannot probably pay more than $1.5 lakh is the highest salary that I pay in my company, but not beyond that. But the question here is, a friend of mine in Bangalore, he picked up a guy from Amazon, and he's paying about 5 lakhs per month for this technical guy. So he was telling me, Anna, one problem, because every Monday morning there's a huge challenge on my head. What is the challenge? As soon as I reach my office on Monday morning, I look at the cabin outside. If I see that particular person's face, I'm relieved. Why? Because he's reported to work. So it's a question not only for you and me, it's for every single person. So that is something that we need to look at it. So how do you really build a strong talent pool? People like you and me who are in the SME businesses or in the startup business, we are highly dependent on one or two real good guys. And what happens? For us, we are very comfortable. Okay, this guy is making money, he's doing his job, so we are in a comfort zone. Now the moment you hit that, that's a big danger, red flag for all of us. All you need to do is identify the guy who's next to him and start spending time with him. Start coaching him. So that's the way that you can build a talent pool in our organization. Technology, HR technology is something which is very, very interesting stuff that everybody talks about it. What are the technology can do? If the technology can filter with the help of algorithm in terms of what kind of skills that they're looking at, whether this hundreds of resumes are going to be there, whether you can select these kind of people, and so many things in terms of technology are in line today. But the question here is he the right kind of fit in your organization? That's something which you have to decide. You need to create a wonderful platform for that. Again, the HR processes, everything can be streamlined. You have a lot of people software, your payroll software, your assessment software, your performance management software, all these things can be really looking at it. And there's a common company, that this something recently I came across this wonderful portal, and you and I can subscribe to it. A small skill sets of various companies, a login can be created to those people. They can go on and learn. Some kind of certification can also be done. In multiple process, you can have the technology platform. But what is the message that I actually wanted to really tell all of you is that the performance metric in small, medium companies, we go by the face value of these people, and we keep on encouraging them on something. We don't really look at, are they really performing? Are they doing whatever they're supposed to do? You are trying to be so emotional with them, and you probably help them in so many other ways, and we think that these guys will probably pay back to you. No, it's not going to work out any way. All you need to do is keep some metrics for them to really evaluate and perform. As I said in the beginning, where is your company today? Where you wanted to go? I'm sure your version is worked up. Do you have your roadmap for the next 3 years or 4 years, 5 years? If this business is gone from this level to this level, what kind of people are you looking at? What kind of people you need to replace with? Everybody looks at the sales front, in the front end of the business. They run around, they increase the sales force. The moment you have this many number of salespeople coming in, are you really going to have people behind to serve them better? So you need to really strategically align and see what kind of people you need to have. How to optimize this human capital? Because everybody thinks that it's only work in a company like us. No, it works in any company. Okay. I always have this wonderful word in BNI, we keep talking about it. You need to build the right kind of culture. What is this culture? It's all about what works in your organization for so many years. There are certain things worked, the certain things did not work. So whatever it's worked is the kind of a culture that you bring in your company. So again, coming back to this performance matrix, create metrics and then you can do it. I want to actually talk to you about this small story and then I want to leave this with you. Everybody talks about this McDonald's and I mean it's a great tool that we can learn from all the people. Even you and I can probably pick some very good lessons from this organization. If you go to any McDonald's, I'm sure most of us would have been there. Many times we go to McDonald's 3-4 times and you and I will not feel any difference in the way that these people are treating us. Yes or no? But I want to give you a very interesting fact that the attrition rate in McDonald's is 200% per year. Do you agree with me? Hello? That means 6 months, the counter staff people are changed and new set of guys are coming in. Whereas you and I will not feel any difference in the kind of the question they're asking you. Would you like to have fries with it and this and that? All kind of question. So the thing is, how do they do it? There's something called, in McDonald's, they have something called University of Burgerology. What is this University of Burgerology? It is their internal learning and development center. Every single guy who go through this organization have to go through about 6 weeks of training and everything is taught there. Okay? The moment they come out of it, they work. And what is the reason for this 200% of attrition? Because close to about 90% of the employee who work on the counters are all part-timers. They go to the college in the morning, come back in the evening. The moment they finish the degree, and that's it, they go back. Finally, I want to leave a message with whatever may be the disruption, whatever may be the technology. I'm sure you must have watched this movie called Up in the Air, where George Clooney plays a very important role. He goes, fires people left, right, and center in a very decent way. And the other girl, a young grad from the top B school, she comes and tells that you can do everything online. You go on a camera and fire people. It doesn't work that way. Later on, the message of the movie is that How much ever may be the technology, people is all about emotions and people is all about empathizing. And if you can touch them by heart, you can take them to wherever you want them to take. Thank you very much.